Hi, I'm Brad Sweezy, president of Sweezy Travel, and today I want to talk to you about three questions you need to answer before booking a river cruise. Okay, these are three, there's a lot more, but these are three key ones that I think you need to have some idea of how you would answer so you can make a right decision if you're going to do a river cruise or not. So let's go right on to it. The three questions, and this is all the photos that are in here are photos I've taken on river cruises or so. So any photo you see generally of mine is something that I took. So let's go do an overview of the three questions. First, do you like walking and guided tours? The second question is, do you like lots of entertainment options? And the third is, do you like interaction with a small group of people for a week or so? Those are three crucial questions I think you need to answer. So do you like walking and/or guided tours? Now, there are various types of river cruises. The traditional river cruise was, you go to a town or a city, whatever you want to call it, and you explore it. And typically they're guided tours or you walk it. Now, one of the companies that I enjoy is Avalon, and they have active discovery cruises. And I think there are other, river cruises that do that. So you can do more active type adventures. Like we went canoeing or kayaking, as Americans call it, in France. It's like a Grand Canyon type of thing, and it was really a fun experience. I also did the electric bike thing, which I thought was cool too. And I could actually ride the bike upstairs, so I enjoyed that. But I also enjoyed the walking tours. So we'll go through this. You're typically going to explore the towns and cities, and if you go into something like a Christmas market or something like that, then obviously it's going to be cold, but you're going for the experience of those Christmas markets. And as COVID showed, sometimes your plan can go awry. So it's good to schedule the things and try to do them while you can. So you typically do a lot of walking. You might do biking or canoeing or something like that. And a lot of times you'll be bused to a nearby place. Like let's say the Black Forest in Germany. Obviously the river cruise, the ship's not going to the Black Forest, but you're going to get on a bus. And I find that enjoyable too. So you have to, just remember that you're going to see culture and also experience some activities if you can do that, if you choose that type of cruise, but you don't have to. And there's usually one or two options for included excursions. It's a little bit different than what you think of, let's say, going to Alaska, for example, or going to the Caribbean, where there might be 15 different options, right? If you go into Ketchikan, for example, do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? I mean, it's a lot more complicated. This is not that much, not as complicated. And guided tours are a key part of the experience, flat out. And sometimes they're actually very informative. I know that I lived in Washington, D.C. for 10 years. And, when you live someplace, sometimes you just go and explore, which is good. I like that too. But you miss some of the facts that could help you better understand the experience. Let's look at the second thing. Do you like lots of entertainment options? Now, this is very important because people like my parents, they like entertainment. In a river cruise, you're not going to have a lot of entertainment options. Typically what's going to happen is you're going to have something after dinner. That's really where your entertainment is. And sometimes there's entertainment at lunch, for example, but typically after dinner. There's usually a piano player, maybe a singer, that type of thing. And occasionally, they'll bring someone local in, which is also cool, right? You'll have local talent come in and entertain you. So that's good. There's usually a small dance floor. So if you like dancing, you're going to do that. And if you're going to do it, you're going to do it on a small dance floor. So there's not a lot of places to go. So you really have to evaluate that and just go with the right expectation that you're not necessarily going for the entertainment, right? You can enjoy some of the entertainment if you go on your own in town, obviously, but you're not going to be entertained, too much. But you will be entertained if you like conversations with people. And what I found on river cruises is you really get to know this relatively small group of people. It's not like an ocean ship. So you're going to know and get to know some of these people, and you're going to have relationships with one or two that, can last for a lifetime. I mean, I remember a couple we met in 2015, and we still see them on occasion and that kind of stuff. My parents, they love playing cards. they've met many couples actually, because they've done a number of river cruises, and they're in California. My parents' friends, for example, my parents are in Florida and New York, but they get together and they play cards. That's what they like to do. So that part of the experience is good. You don't always get that on an ocean cruise, right? Depending on how big the ship is. I mean, I've done some expedition ships, and that you get that close experience, but also on expedition ships, you don't necessarily have the entertainment options that you do on a bigger ship. So you have to go with that right expectation. Now, do you like interacting with a small group of people? That's an important point there, because some people, a couple, for example, they don't necessarily react. And I've, been on cruises, some people just want to be by themselves and explore and that kind of stuff. But as you go on and you eat with the people, and you might rotate a few different times just to, you're going on not expedition, you're going on an excursion and see and talk with some people, and then you may end up doing dinner with them, and then you'll form this nice group, and you look forward to it, catching up at the end of the day and those kind of things. So that's an enjoyable part. You have one dining room, typically. You'll spend your time together with the people, so you will get to know people. Now, you can go on your own. You don't have to do that. I mean, there's 2-person seating, etc. So you can do that. But I think what happens is you're going to end up talking to people. I mean, and if you're not the talkative type of person, then you probably will find a talkative person like me, for example, who might talk to you. So that's the third question. So those are the 3 main questions that you need to answer. There's a lot more going on in choosing the right river cruise for you. And if you choose you want to go down the Rhine or Moselle, for example, there are a lot of different river cruise companies. You'll pull up one spot and there'll be maybe 2 or 3 deep, or maybe even more. And one time you go there, you go to sleep, and the next day you'll wake up and there's another ship there. So you have to be prepared for that, and you'll walk through the other ships, or they'll walk through your ship. So it's kind of an interesting experience. I really enjoy river cruising. So if you want a free consultation with me about a river cruise that you're thinking about doing, you can visit sweezytravel.com, or you can go to my freecallwithbrad.com if you want to schedule a call. You can email me at brad@sweezytravel.com, or you can call me at 941-564-9163.